Hello everybody, we are the Geeks and the Giants. I am Enzo, this is my forever co-host John. Today, we talk about a non-historical Filipino film, but it might be just as heavy, which is On Vodka, Beers, and Regrets. Starring JC Santos and Bella Padilla, and it's the story of how some addictions can carry over to the next generation, and you're like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I could see where they were going with this one.
Yeah.
But I do have some thoughts.
Alright. Yeah. Bella Padilla here, I forgot the character's name, Jane, is a struggling actress who can't secure a job because of her addiction to alcohol, and it's spiraling down pretty quickly. In terms of tone, I do like the fact that this movie is like, nah, addiction is a serious thing. We're not going to make this into a joke. And I'm like, I appreciate that, but Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's the problem for me, is that, yeah, they didn't make addiction a joke. I do agree with that. It was just that it didn't seem like, I don't know, it didn't seem serious enough, in my opinion.
Oh, you wanted to
yes, yes. Because, say what you will, yes, alcoholism is, like, different for everybody. They never touched upon, because me and my girlfriend were talking about it. We watched it together, and we were talking about it, and we were just like, yeah, we both noticed that, like, yeah, they never showed the struggle of, like, how alcoholism can financially cripple you.
Yeah.
How sometimes you'd rather use that money to pretty much buy a bottle than food.
Yeah, enable that addiction.
Yeah. Yeah, while she is a struggling artist and the love interest is he plays in a band and it's not a successful band.
Yeah.
Where the fuck are they getting the funds for that apartment?
I don't know. Right.
Right. There's a lot of like little cracks within this movie that I'm like, this doesn't make sense.
Yeah, Jane's apartment is pretty nice. I'm like, for a struggling artist, your apartment is like, Jesus Christ. Like, the only leap I would make is that maybe because her mom sympathetic that she gets it from her mom.
No, but when they did reveal who her mom was, it seemed like they haven't talked in a while.
Yeah, I don't know.
And correct me if I'm wrong. She's not getting any money from her abusive
boyfriend,
ex-boyfriend. I don't know who he is.
Yeah,
played by the Gudicelli guy.
yeah. That's why he looks so familiar. Shit.
Yeah.
I do buy the chemistry between Jane and Francis. I like them together. It's just that I just feel bad for poor Francis because he's in this position where he's like, I don't know if I'm enabling this addiction or just watching this car crash.
Dude, we were like, nah, this dude got a savior complex. I'm so sorry. This dude's sticking around too much where I was like, yo, this is bad news. You gotta go.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna benefit anything from this.
Both of them are not good for each other, which is realized at the end, which I do appreciate. But like in this entire movie, you're like, I'm watching these two cars crash head-on together, and I don't know if I can watch anymore.
Yeah, I didn't know what role JC Santos, what the purpose of his role was, in my opinion. Yes, he was a love interest, but I don't know. It never drove anything, in my opinion.
Yeah,
besides that, she wants to clean herself up for him. That, like, I love him, and like, I feel like because they touch upon such heavy topics, but they kind of want to more focus on the love story.
Yeah, it's
rather than the topic itself.
Yeah, the serious topics are like shadowed by the love story, which is to the detriment of this movie. Where I'm like, I wish you focus more on the more serious topics than this, where how it's like to be an artist here in this country, definitely, and to be a struggling artist nonetheless. So it doesn't really happen.
Again, we had like, I was looking at it. It's just like, yeah, say what you will. It's the whole struggling artist thing. Where the fuck do they get the money?
You're right.
And then when you do see, like the side of like the boyfriend side.
Yeah.
Yes, an artist can come from anywhere, but it doesn't seem like he's a struggling artist because dude got his own car and his family's pretty well.
Right?
You gotta admit, when you saw the family, I'm like, oh, okay, he's not like living in a shithole.
Yeah.
You know?
He's yeah, it's like not even just middle class, it's like upper middle class. I'm like, my god, Francis is more well off than Jane.
Yeah, the only struggling part is that he can't get people to go to his gigs.
Yeah.
It's not that he's starving.
Yeah, it's like he found a solution to that years ago where it's like, you know what? The solution is a main job and the gigs are a side gig, literally. And you're like, oh,
yeah,
good for you.
Yeah. But yeah, that was I don't know. I just couldn't get attached to any of these characters.
Yeah.
All that much. The stakes, in my opinion, should have been high.
Yeah.
And they kind of presented it to be high. But I wasn't too engaged to be like, oh my god, you know? Like, I hope this person gets better. I hope they get away from that abusive
relationship.
ex-boyfriend.
Yeah.
That relationship, yeah. Even that, it was kind of like one and done, you know?
Yeah.
I couldn't understand what the situation was. Is like, oh, she would go back to an abusive relationship. And my girlfriend pointed out that it doesn't make sense. Why does she keep going back? But when she's in the car, she flinches away. I was like, why did you get in the car if you don't want to be around it? The whole point of an abusive relationship is that the abuser has something the abusee wants.
Yeah.
And would always like kind of sprinkle like little crumbs at the abusee for her to come back. But you never saw any of that from the Gutticelli guy and our main character.
Yeah, it's just implied that he just enables the addiction, but like, I don't know. Like,
doesn't he? I never seen him like give her a bottle.
Yeah, because
they never emphasize that he gives her money.
Right?
To,
like,
you know,
you see all these struggles with like money and life, and then you go back to Jane's apartment. You're like, how much does this cost? It's fucking nice.
I'm sorry, but like, hey, the actors did like a pretty okay job with what they're acting, but like the writing in of itself, I don't think this person knows or did the research on like how these people or how these addictions can affect a person.
Yeah, it's just two different tones that clash with each other. Like the only thing, even the ending is inconsistent. Where JC Santos finally realizes, like, look, if I keep saving you, you'll just sink deeper. So I can't do this anymore. And like, message-wise, I appreciate it, but leading up to the message, you're like, you're fucking rich. You're really well off. So why are you struggling like pretending to be a struggling artist? Why are you pretending to be a struggling actress? You have, and she's like, I can take a job in Singapore. Like, you're like, really? How?
Yeah. I guess she can. I don't fucking know. But yeah, like,
you're like, did you have a backup the entire time? You fucking idiot.
Yeah. Well, she wanted to do acting.
Yeah.
But yeah, even like the scene where she's in therapy, and yes, I understand. Addictions can start anywhere, whether you be young or old. It can start from anywhere. And I was like, okay, finally we're getting like a solid scene where she's crying, she lost her boyfriend, and she's finally trying to like get back on her feet. She's in rehab.
Yeah.
I was like, yes, okay, cool. Thing is, the boyfriend came back, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
For me, yes, I know I can't change it, but it's just like, I feel like it would have been a better story if he didn't come back. That was the consequence of her addiction. This is what she gets for succumbing to it, and learns a lesson from it, and wants to do better, or probably sees the boyfriend with another person who probably deserves it, or he deserves. You know, kind of like. There are so many ways this movie could have ended, but it was kind of wishy-washy, and they really focused on wanting to like push through with this whole love story.
It's like, it hurts to be in love with you comes back anyway. Like, what the fuck did you just say a few scenes ago?
Right, so like his words left no impact after that.
Yeah.
It was such a good scene where he's crying. He's absolutely like he doesn't know what to do.
Yeah.
You're spiraling out of control. You busted somebody's car because you went back to drinking.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, he comes back, and I'm like, what? And my was this we also kind of noticed that hey, she doesn't look like she's addicted to alcohol. When you're addicted to alcohol, it really changes your
complexion,
like, physical appearance, and it seems like it was just like with how they represented like her addiction. It never felt like
it was crippling.
Oh, it was crippling. You're right. It was always she's in a party, she's enjoying her time. It just seemed like a college girl finally trying out alcohol. No offense, but here. She's supposed to be in this addiction for years and years because the stress of being a child actress took a toll, and I would have like appreciated that they showed what it could do to a person where they're absolutely just pretty much at the lowest of the low.
Yeah,
which they did not show. They kind of romanticized the whole starving artist thing. They kind of glossed over the whole what addiction can actually do to you.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I don't know if it's a studio thing where they're like we don't know how to ask Bella Padilla to put on this makeup to change her appearance, or it's Bella Padilla being like, I don't want to look different for this movie. So I don't know what happened there. But yeah, it's strange inconsistencies that just derail the message of this movie. Where like I've had relatives who have gone through this and have the either ends one way or the other, and I'm like, all right, let's see how this movie does it. And this movie, like, when she almost unalives herself and it cuts to black, I was like, funeral? Oh, therapy. Oh, he's back? Why?
So yeah, it's just a little disappointing.
Yeah.
This movie could have been, and it was trying to be. There's the thing is that this movie was trying to be a movie that was supposed to show a message on abuse and alcohol addiction.
Yeah.
And a day in the life of struggling artists.
Yeah.
But it glossed over all of the things that it was trying to say, and was like, look how cute this couple is, or like, they would show a problem and pretty much finish it right there, where with the abuser, she just walks away and he's like, what the fuck? And that was it.
Alright.
Yeah.
And like, you remember that scene in Barbie where Margot Robbie's like, I'm ugly, I'm so ugly, then Helen Mirren's like, Margot Robbie's the wrong person to say this message. And you're like, yeah. It's kind of like the same way here, where we're like, you have no makeup for Bella Padilla, so it's kind of like lost.
No, it was weird because like, even though she was like supposed to be like coming from like a binge drinking session, her makeup was like still flawless after she was like, oh, I woke up, oh, I'm so hungover, but her eyeliner's perfect, her foundation's still intact. I was like, sure.
Yeah, I'm like,
sure.
I've been through college. Pretty sure you don't look like that after that.
Yeah, I've been through a couple of bars. After a night drinking, people don't look like that.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody. Anyway, what would you rate on vodka, beers, and regrets?
I'm gonna rate this one a 3 out of 10.
Yeah.
It's a meh movie in my opinion, especially when it comes to like the romance. I don't feel yes, I know you said you felt the chemistry between them, but I didn't. It felt very tacked on, where it's like, oh, you need a boyfriend, here's a boyfriend. You need a love interest, there you go. And all my complaints about like how they gloss over the addiction and struggles of being a starving artist, and the subject on abuse.
Yeah.
It was, again, they're like, here's a problem, solution. That's it.
Yeah.
Where I was just like, I would have loved for you to expound on it. I would love for you to delve deep into the subject, but anyway, back to the romance, I guess. Yeah, and I really wish that like the guy didn't come back. I would have respected this movie a little bit more if, you know,
Her mom picked her
she
up.
moved. No, it's just like she's in rehab.
Oh yeah.
She doesn't have anybody, but she has a fresh start.
Yeah.
And that's how it is mostly for everybody,
Yeah.
or anyone who's going through an addiction. And of course, not nobody. Of course, sure, her mom could like come in or some shit, but it's just that she lost a good partner.
Yeah.
That was her consequence. Yeah, I say they did an okay job. A lot of corny lines from here and there. Was not a fan of him calling her bata. But yeah, it's a meh movie that kind of missed the mark on trying to send a message.
Yeah. I agree. I think I just like the chemistry because I think I know we're friends in real life. So I'm like, oh, cool, friends.
Who?
JC and Bella. Like, I don't know if they're together, but like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well,
I thought you said you're friends with one of them.
no. I like maybe they see the channel. They were like, oh, they don't like their movie, our movie, but they seem cool.
Hey, there's not your fault. There's not your fault.
Yeah, it's the writing's fault.
You guys are for sure great actors.
Yeah, you're right. It seems like every time Jane would crash out, Francis would just be like, "What happened, Bata? Addiction, right?" You're like,
Why do you keep bringing back the Jacob?
it's funny, and it's for this actress, perfect timing.
I guess so.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just inconsistent writing and consistent characters, like the lessons that happen when he's going, I can't be with you anymore, Jane. I have to go away. And then the next scene is like, Merry Christmas. You're like, okay. Thought you had this whole spiel. And like, good acting. Nothing like scene stealing until we get to like the confrontation at the end. And like the only other praise I can give, kind of the music's pretty cool. Like I like hearing JC Santos sing, and the rendition of Heart of Spades song. Forgot what it's called, but I was like, oh cool. I've heard the song before.
Alright, what did you call it?
Heart of Spades.
Four of Spades.
You know what? They haven't been active in a while. It's okay to forget. If you remember, I'm sorry.
They're the biggest.
Hey, are they still that big? I'm not updated.
The three of them. Unique is like doing the solo thing.
Yeah. But yeah, again, to the audience watching, what other Filipino movies should we do? Because we're kind of running out of ideas. Because I'm like, what else can I pair with Rizal and Decada 70? I don't know. This seems heavy.
We could have gone. We could have gone like a better movie.
That's true. And well, just like this movie, it's an imperfect ending.
I guess.
But if you want to see more of us, especially if you're like an extra or an actor in this movie, please follow us on YouTube. Please subscribe and like and ding the bell icon to get notified of when we upload next. And yes, we talk about Filipino movies. We would like to talk more about it, more than just annually. So again, any suggestion would be great. We're also on Spotify and TikTok to see your best and funniest moments, Spotify to hear us on the go. And the video Zoda's voices on TikTok and Wolf on Letterboxd. Where can I find you?
Oh, you can find me at JomJu. I'm _ on Instagram. It is Martica.
And until the next one, we'll see you then. Bye, everybody.
Ciao.